And welcome everybody to another episode of Capping at the Bay. I'm your host Eric Cooley. Yes, it is 1:55 in the morning Eastern time, but I gotta let you guys know UFC 284 will be taking place this Saturday at 6 p.m. starting time for prelims, but 10 o'clock p.m. on the main card. Yes, it will be taking place in Australia, where Alexander the Great Volkanovski will be going for the lightweight championship against Islam Makhachev. Now, UFC 284, I am going back and forth on this main card. I do not like it whatsoever. I would say two of the five fights do not belong on the main card. Nevertheless, I will let you guys know who I will be going for this upcoming weekend and giving you guys the results for each fight. Now, before I get down to it, make sure you guys like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Capping at the Bay and also on Spotify. We begin the main card with a light heavyweight bout. Number 12, Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Minifield. Crute is currently on a two-fight losing streak, while Minifield is on a two-fight winning streak, both by knockout or TKO. Minifield's takedown defense is top-notch, so this will either be finished by a knockout, a TKO, or a decision. And even though Crute is ranked at number 12 uh, in the light heavyweight division, his losing streak is not helping the fact that he is the favorite in this one. So, due to Minifield's ability to defend the takedowns and just his physique, I have Minifield winning this one by knockout, TKO, or a unanimous decision. Next up will be taking place in the heavyweight division as Justin Tafa will be going against Parker Porter. Now, this is the start to where I believe that this is going to be a god awful main card for a UFC pay per view. Both of these guys are not ranked. They are nowhere close to going to be ranked after this fight on whoever wins. And just their physique just does not look like a championship material, not even a top 15 contender for both fighters. As of Friday, February 10th, Tafa is the slight favorite at minus 125. Both will be taking full advantage of the weight class as they weighed in at 266 pounds. But Tafa seems to be the better slash faster fighter in this matchup. Tafa is currently at a 5-3 record, and all five wins were by a knockout or a TKO. Porter focuses more towards winning by a decision. His last three wins were by unanimous decision, but his last fight, he lost by submission in the very first round. But Tafa will finish this way before the third. This will be a finish. I have this one going Tafa's way by either knockout or a TKO. Our next fight is actually going to be a fun one. In the welterweight division, Jack Della Maddalena going against Randy Brown. Maddalena is the clear favorite here at minus 330 and is currently on a 13 fight win streak with 11 of them ending in either a knockout or a TKO. Whereas Randy Brown, his last three wins were by decision. Uh, I'm sorry, four of them. All four of them were by decision or even a submission. Uh, Even though Brown will have a 4-inch height and 5-inch reach advantage, Maddalena is legit and will win this one in front of his home crowd. If I didn't mention it, it is taking place in Australia. The other fights, um, Justin Tafa is from Australia. That's another reason why I have him winning this one. and the other one, Jimmy Crute. I do not have him winning this one, even though he is from Australia. But because Madalena is from where UFC 284 is taking place, I have him winning this one by total domination. In fact, I have him winning this one by either knockout, TKO, or if it goes to decision, it will be by unanimous. And this is when the main card starts to get interesting. The second to last fight, the co-main event, will be for the UFC interim Featherweight Championship. Number 2, Yair Rodriguez will be going against number 5, Josh Emmett. Rodriguez is the favorite at minus 190 and will have a 5-inch height advantage. This will be a striker versus striker matchup, so I'm expecting either a knockout or some bust-up faces after this one. Currently on a 5-fight win streak, Emmett has been eyeing the title since his last fight, and he does have what it takes to get there for sure. Even though it is for the interim belt, I could see Emmett winning this one. But Rodriguez is also the surprising one. If you saw his last 5 fights, beating the likes of the Korean Zombie, Jeremy Stevens, and even Brian Ortega, even though Ortega's shoulder popped out, he was winning majority of the fight, and even though it finished in the first round. Nevertheless, Josh Emmett, he looks pretty elite, and he will win the interim belt and will be going for the featherweight belt against Volkanovski later in the year. But I have this one going Emmett's way by a unanimous decision. And now time for the main event of the evening. Tomorrow night, we could possibly see a double champ once again. Going for the lightweight championship, Alexander Volkanovski, the defending featherweight champion, will be going against Islam Makhachev. Minus 400 in favor of Makhachev, as he will have a 4-inch height advantage. Both will be defending double-digit win streaks. As much as I love seeing upsets, double champions, Makhachev is just way too strong, way too gifted for Volkanovski. Volk will definitely need a miracle if it goes to the distance. Even though he is from Australia, a lot of people will be going against him in this one. Not me. I could see Makhachev winning this one by submission only because of what he did in his last fight. He not only did he knock down and transition to an arm triangle, he finished probably the greatest finisher in UFC history in Charles Oliveira. He just completely dominated, connected 83.7% of his strikes, landed 2 out of his 3 takedowns, and over 5 minutes of control time. That's coming from, or that's against a mixed martial artist, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, and Oliveira. Imagine what he can do against Volkanovski, who's coming up weight to try to beat him for the belt. It's not going to happen Volkanovski's way tomorrow. So, Makhachev, you're going to be winning this one by submission and retaining your belt. There you have it, folks. It is right here. All 5 fights in the main card for tomorrow, UFC 284, Makhachev versus Volkanovski. Everybody, thanks for watching. Tune in to UFC 284 on pay-per-view. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Captain at the Bay. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And also follow me on Spotify. Take care.